Empowering students to embark on a journey of self-awareness and discovery is essential to help them lead meaningful lives. It provides a foundation for self-awareness that helps them prepare for a more dynamic approach towards life in general, not only careers. A thorough awareness of one's interests, lifestyles, value systems, likes and dislikes, strengths and weaknesses will often help you enable a journey for the student where they are able to make appropriate career strategies and thereby regulate their behavior successfully. As career guides, enabling students with as many opportunities to indulge in self-awareness is what we will discuss in the subsequent modules. This would involve a discussion on various types of tools like psychometric assessments, why they needed, how can they be used, what will the results show us. These are few of the things that we would discuss. We'd also discuss what are the right guidelines to be able to choose these tools as well. And apart from few of these tools like psychometric assessments, formal assessments, we would also be discussing interviews, case studies, other observation techniques that would help you create a more holistic picture of who the student is. So when we talk about this, how do we enable a student to understand the self? First, helping them identify and define the concept of self itself. Who are they? What do they like? What do they dislike? What are the belief systems? What are the values that the students hold dear? That will tell you what are the non-negotiables for a child, what are the things that the child would like to focus on, and what are the areas that she or he would like to avoid in the future. Identification of a student's strengths and weaknesses. Now, often with the academic system having regularized assessments, parent-teacher meetings and discussions, you are able to share in a large manner what are the various subjects that they are good at, what are the areas that they need to work on, and how this progress has happened over the last few months. However, we also need to add on elements like how to handle failure, which in turn will help them build life skills like resilience. Also, this would help them understand which are those life skills that they need to focus more on and they need to hone to be able to pursue certain career pathways. There are, of course, certain personality types that work well with certain types of careers. For example, when you look at introversion and extroversion, a student who is an introvert who does not usually enjoy talking to a large crowd of people, does not really open up to other individuals, and prefers to be on their own, might do very well in a career space like research. On the other hand, a student who enjoys social aspects like interacting with people might be better suited in careers where interaction is paramount. This would also help us create a realistic picture for the child to be able to understand their ability to execute goals as well. So when we are discussing how to have a realistic study plan or a routine for a student, this will require you to communicate with them regularly to understand how well they have executed a certain study plan, whether that's been working for them, does it need certain tweaks, does it need to be customized further, is it realistic enough, is the student able to follow it in the manner that you have stated it, and are we also as stakeholders encouraging children to make positive changes in their lives by celebrating those little efforts that they are taking on a regular basis to improve themselves. We all understand change isn't easy. So whenever we see a certain effort for change, we need to be able to acknowledge it, thereby provide positive reinforcement for students wanting to make positive changes in their lives. This also would include being accountable for one's actions. Often you would see students asking you as career guides and teachers to be able to make decisions for them. I would state as career guides, we need to be able to help them understand themselves, build a structure to be able to evaluate themselves and the world around them, understand what type of career opportunities are open, but we at no cost should be making the decision on the student's behalf. We should not impose our decisions on children and let them make the final call after all the information and structures we provided them. This, in some sense, would allow them to take responsibility of the actions, because if they do well, it was because of their own effort, and if they don't as well, they are able to understand why they didn't make it, and also for us as career guides to be able to help them deal with that failure, learn from those mistakes and move forward. Additionally, creating contingency plans, like for example, if a student is not able to get into their favorite college for the course that they have planned for, is there a different college that could provide a similar course? Can there be other backup options as well that could lead them to the same direction? Can we help them find alternatives in case a certain plan doesn't work? And these are plans that need to be built beforehand and not when the student is hit with an obstacle. So the student already knows beforehand that this is my plan A, this is my plan B, and this is my plan C. Is also very clear on why my plan B and plan C are structured, how they could be a good alternative to a plan A, and which are the areas that the student can work on so that those contingencies or those options are open for them. So moving on, also helping students understand their own biases, their own blind spots, a self-awareness activity is a very good way to be able to put that into perspective. We all as individuals have only an understanding of certain parts of ourselves. Sometimes we need an objective perspective from the outside, like a teacher or a guide telling us that this is who you really are. So here, we also as teachers and guides need to be self-aware about our own biases, our own strengths, our own weaknesses, our own challenges as well, our likes and dislikes, so that we are able to help guide students in a more holistic manner.